Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wednesday's Midweek Reset with me, Anna, your self care doula and yoga therapist, to guide you into a melting of stress out of this moment of your time just for about an hour or so. So, welcome back. I'm so happy to be here and saying hello to Sandy out there. I miss you. So welcome back to our midweek reset here at the People's Congregation of Shakers and Movers at 63 Washington Street. You can always come and join me in studio. So I'll begin with our event. So tonight we have the midweek vibe check and sound healing with Matt. And that starts at 6:30 and really begins at 7. So drive carefully and get here without rushing. But please RSVP to any events. Saturday, we have our Soul Saturday 5-year anniversary to be from 12 to 3. So again, we have Matt tonight at 6:30, starting at 7 with the midweek vibe check, and he adds a little healing, soul music healing, and then we have the Soul Saturday 5-year celebration. So come on down and get your vibe on, whether it's tonight or whether it's Saturday, where we congregate around music on Saturday. So you're always welcome to come. All right, so here we are on a Wednesday, here with me. And what I want to talk to you about is, first I want to give kudos to Matt's breath work. I just absolutely love his work, and what's been coming up in the past few months with me as well is the heart coherence, and learning that our heart, our pumping heart, and its energy is the heart bridge between our body and the brain. So it also connects the lower chakras, is the bridge to the lower chakras and to the upper chakras. And when you are in heart coherence and in this place of elevated emotions, so much magic can happen. And the more you practice your breathing techniques involving the emotions of love, gratitude, and joy, the manifestation of what can come out of those meditations is fascinating. So depending on what you want to manifest, even health in your meditations. This is something that I've been practicing. It's also what I'm also teaching to my students. I'm leading an 8-week meditation class, and this is part of what I'm teaching, heart coherence. When we live and come from a heart-centered place, everything changes. So I wanted to give kudos to that practice, because it is amazing. And the energy that we end up creating from the heart into our magnetic field, our energy space around us, is so powerful that it affects not just you, but it affects the others around you. This manifestation of energy is really magical and amazing, and I find it so interesting how we generate energy and generate energy with those around us. So I want to give a little example of how quickly stress can manifest, and why these practices of meditation, movement, breath work, and self-care in general can lead to a place of awareness, even with those that do not practice around us or are less aware. So I woke up this morning and I had this back thing going on, and I wasn't surprised. It felt almost like I was gonna pull my back out if I did a movement. That's how sore I woke up. And I moved my body every day. There wasn't anything that I could think of, some kind of movement that I did that would have happened in bed even, because I went to bed with no pain and woke up that way. But last night was a very stressful evening for us. It turned out that my son ended up having, I would say, a bit of a fall, an accident at home. With the way his momentum, he lifted up and hit the edge of his low loft bed. And obviously, because he's getting taller, so I was calling him down for dinner. He was upstairs in his little boy cave. He gets up and bangs his upper lumbar, low thoracic, so this area in here. And when I found him, he was on the floor, crying, obviously in pain and in complete agony of what just happened to his body. And when I looked at it, it also freaked me out because he had scraped, and then I could see the redness, not just on that, like he hit like the spine, and I could see the redness forming all around it. So I took a deep breath, tried, calming him down. I immediately, our first aid kit. So I went and grabbed ice and made sure that I put ice on it to keep the swelling down. And then my CBD, my beautiful Irie Bliss CBD, I used the 500 milligrams of CBD and arnica lotion, and I slathered it on his back and put antibiotic ointment separately on the not lesion, but the scrape itself, and then put a pad there, but lathered it with CBD, and told him to just ice it for a little bit and calmed him down. So it was really, really an emotional place to be in that experience with my son, because I mean, when your children are in agony or in pain, as a parent, you feel that and you want to alleviate their suffering as soon as possible. So the night ended, obviously, and it was already late, and I managed to get him into bed and sleeping, and he woke up so much better this morning. No swelling. It was like he had just scraped himself. All of the swelling around the soft tissue around that area of the spine had gone down, and I was just like, shoo, 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 shoo. And so, but then I woke up with that pain in my back and in that similar region. So what was my observation in what my wisdom body was telling me energetically? I had absorbed a lot of the energy from my son in pain, and it manifested in a muscular tension in that same area when I woke up this morning. So what have I been doing? Okay, so I know that I didn't throw my back out, although it was going to feel like that, but I kept moving my body. It just so happens that on Wednesdays, I teach 2 classes in a row, and then this is my 3rd class. So I've been moving my body and stretching, but I immediately began to stretch as soon as I woke up because I needed to lengthen the muscles that felt that they were tightening. And then, of course, I use the CBD, and that is alleviating the muscle tension around my spine as well. So that is super, super helpful. So I'm so grateful for these things and the information that we receive when it comes to stressful situations and the manifestation of these discomforts in the body. So this is what I'm really alluding to. Whatever stressful situations are in your life, they can manifest quickly, or if you're living in a high stress situation for a very long time, then it could lead to long-term dis-ease in the body. So these practices of breath work, elevating emotions, heart bridge coherence and harmony, being heart-centered, become really important to save our mind, body, and spirit, really, and to save our bodies, because our bodies take a big brunt of the low frequency energy that we experience when it comes to stressful situations. So taking this time right now becomes really, really important. And I want to thank you for being here, because this is a self-care practice for you. And so we begin. So find a comfortable position wherever you are, lying on your back or seated. I invite you to begin to just get into a comfortable position and come into your breath awareness. So you can be on your back or seated. And at any time you feel the need to shift, please feel free to shift. And continue to be aware of your breath and how you're breathing. So a lot of the times we don't make these energetic connections. All of a sudden we wake up, or let's say I would have woken up with this pain. I would have never associated this back pain with the experience of my son, but it completely makes sense. So allow yourself to observe where you're feeling the stresses in your body. And allow yourself to observe where that stress energy may be manifesting or coming into, whether it's, you're in a situation at home, or you're working with people that are difficult to deal with. Just notice through your breath and just jotting down these mental notes of, okay, I have felt stress through here, but now I'm going to come into my breath so that I can feel where these stresses are affecting my body. Is it tension in the shoulders? Are you suffering from headaches? Are you having sinus issues? Does your chest hurt muscularly? Do your hips ache? So these are all valid questions when it comes to stress affecting the body. Have you noticed your immune system drop and you're catching colds more often? So the way we interact with the world and the energy that we give off and absorb all affect our whole health, our energetic health, our physical health, our heart health. And being in heart coherence means calming through your breath, bringing the heart into a comfortable rhythm with your body so that it can harmonize with your emotions of gratitude, love, and joy. That is being in heart coherence. And when we're in this place of ultimate gratitude, ultimate love, and ultimate joy, expand those emotions through the body. Let those emotions embrace your body and beyond. Begin to deepen the breath. Drop into your heart space. Feel that gratitude, love, and joy. So if you're not feeling love, and it's okay, if you're not feeling joy, that's okay too. Come into that place of gratitude. We can always be grateful for being in this present moment. Breathe that in. Exhale it out. Breathe that in. Exhale it out. And in your heart space, we come into our intention. So I'm inviting you to set an intention. Awareness. And love. Begin to gently sway the body and circle the body. wherever you are. If you're on your back, you can lengthen the body and take a full body stretch. You can lengthen your legs. You can roll your shoulders. You can just sway and just waking up the body. We're waking up the body with new intentions of gratitude and love in this place and time, in this present moment. All right. So we're going to come onto a child's pose. Coming into child's pose, and what I recommend is to take the knees wide. So wherever you are, just coming onto your mat, taking the knees wide so that you can create space for the body. Walk the hands forward and begin to lower the body down, taking a little bow and resting here. So make sure that your neck and your head are supported. You can stack your wrists and your fists and gently rest your third eye on your fists. You can use a block to also support your head. So take a moment here to sense your breath, to sense what's making contact with your body, and to feel completely supported. If this isn't comfortable for you, you're very welcome to begin on your back or in another position. Take nice deep breaths. And then if it feels comfortable, you can also bring the arms beside you, draping the shoulders. I'm going to lengthen my arms again. And then shift side to side a little bit just to give some movement to the hips and lengthening the spine towards the heels. Nice deep breaths in and out. Let's walk the hands to the right side. Let that left hand layer over right and then shift that left hip towards the left heel. Take a bow. Walk the hands back to center and then walk them all the way over to the left side, layering that right hand over the left, taking that right hip towards the right heel. Take a bow. Bring the breath into the abdomen and exhale. And then take the hands back to center. You're very welcome here to reposition yourself back to the way we began, or you can bring your hands in prayer position, bend the elbows, and bring those prayer hands to behind your neck, behind your head, behind your shoulders, and then walk the elbows forward. Lengthen the hips back towards the heels so you can get a nice tricep stretch. Breathing nice and deep. Release the hands, extend them, and gently lift the gaze. Take that right arm underneath the left, rest the head on its right side. About 3 breaths, and then gently begin to lift back up. Take the gaze back to the top of the mat and bring that left arm underneath the right. Rest on the left side of the head. Begin to lift the gaze and extend that left arm forward. Take a bow. And then walk the hands back towards the knees. Bring the knees close together and find yourself in tabletop. Take a peek between the knees to make sure that your feet are separated and hiding behind your knees. On the inhale, we'll cat-cow here, tilting the tail, drawing the abdomen down, and taking the gaze up to the sky. On the exhale, gently either coming into neutral spine or tuck the chin, tuck the tail, and round in. Inhale, abdomen drops towards the earth, taking the gaze up, tilting the tail, and exhale gently, coming into neutral spine or rounding in. Continue inhaling as you extend, exhaling as you round in. Let's do 2 more sets and see what it feels like as you extend. Inhale, as you exhale, hide out the mouth. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in and hide out the mouth. Come back to neutral spine and circle the hips. Both directions. And then come back to center. Let's take that child's pose again. Take the knees to the edges of the mat. Let your toes touch. Shift the hips back and lengthen the arms forward. Inhale, lift the gaze. Take right hand under left arm. We're going to do this again, a little shoulder stretch. This time we're going to take that left arm and bring it behind our back. So we're adding the opening of the front of the left shoulder. Breathing nice and deep, slowing down the breath. And release. Extend that arm forward, lifting back up. Extend that right arm forward and switch. Left arm reaches underneath right. Rest the head on its left side. And if you would like to add this movement, arm behind the back, you can. Or you can just stay in child's pose, really up to you. Give yourself what you need. And then release, extend the arm forward, lift the gaze forward, and extend that left arm forward and lengthen. Walk the hands back towards the knees, extend the arms up. If this is uncomfortable, you can bring the knees a little closer together and then lower the arms and rotate the shoulders. Rotate them forward and back. And then extend the arms out. Inhale, arms come up again. Tap and flip the palms, lower the arms, ground that left palm and reach with that right arm over. Press that right hip towards the right heel and then switch. Lengthening left arm over left ear. Take that left hip towards the left heel and release. Inhale, both arms up. Tap and then flip the palms, reach behind you, interlace the fingers, reach those shoulders back and down. Take a nice deep breath here and we're going to take a bow. So you can either lengthen the shoulders back and down and take the gaze up, or you can gently begin to hinge and forward fold. Arms maybe come off the back. And then inhale, pull the navel in. You can totally skip this if you want. And lift the body weight up. Inhale, arms come back up. And lower. Knees come close together. Hands forward. Coming into tabletop, curl the toes under, shift the hips back. Walk the hands forward, and you can lift the hips up and then reach those hips back, coming into a puppy pose. Nice deep breaths. And then walk those hands back underneath the shoulders. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale, float it through that left arm and then gently reach back up. Weave it through, reach back up. And lower, switch sides. Inhale, lift left arm up and weave it through. Lift left arm up. This is how we usually get into a threading of the needle with the shoulder, but right now we're just doing these shoulder movements to get the shoulders nice and mobile. So let's reach back down, circle the hips, just to reset the body and come back to center. Uncurl the toes. Lengthen right leg, point toes down, shift those hips parallel to the mat. So you're gently squaring the hips to the mat. Bend the knee, let's rotate the hip. Flex the foot if that feels comfortable and rotate in the opposite direction. And lengthen, ground the toes, or you can just lengthen back. Press the heel if you've grounded the toes. Shift forward, lift the leg again, and lengthen into extended tabletop. Left arm forward, lengthen through that back leg, that left leg, and come back to center. Shift side, side, and reset, realign. Left leg extends, toes point down, square the hips, bend the knee, flex the foot, and circle the hip. Both directions. Small circles or big circles. And then lengthen, toes point down, ground the toes, and press through the heel. One more breath. Exhale, shift forward, extend right arm forward, pull navel in and lengthen. You can flex the foot and lengthen in opposite directions, or you can point the foot and lengthen. All up to you. Gently bring that arm back. Shift side, side, back into your tabletop. Circle the hips. And come back to center. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees, a little upper body strength as you hover. Pull the navel in. And then lower. Let's do that again. And this time, point those index fingers forward. Spread the fingers nice and wide so that we can really get into the lift here. Inner elbows pointing towards each other. Lift the knees. This is setting you up for downward facing dog. And then inhale, press those hips up. Exhale, walk it out. Press the heart towards the thighs. Head parallel to the arms. Chin is untucked. Navel pulled in. Walk it out. Lengthen the heels towards the mat. Nice deep breath in, lift the heels, take a hover and shift the gaze between the hands, and then walk the feet to meet the hands, top of the mat, forward fold. Ragdoll here, you can grab elbow to elbow, or you can release and just let the arms and shoulders and neck let go. You can sway, you can nod or shake the head no.
If your hands touch the floor, reach behind your ankles, heels, and then lower the crown of the head a little bit lower and press the knees away. Pull the navel in. Keep the arms close to the legs, elbows close to the legs, and release. So not a requirement. You can just hang or you can reach behind the heels. Let's take the hands to the shins to lengthen for your half lift. Lengthen through the crown, shoulders draw back, navel pulled in, tilt the tail. Nice deep breath in and forward fold. Roll all the way up. Extend the arms. Arms come up. Palms touch, gently reaching back, and palms come to heart. Shoulders draw back, and navel pulled in and up. Quads lifted, and release. All right, so I wanted to show you guys something that I've been showing my students that is a very important movement when it comes to movement of the body in postures in yoga. So one of the most important things with your legs are, I always say, pull the quads up, engage the quads. So that's really important to do because when you contract the muscles, you're creating strength to go down the leg in particular postures, like a standing posture. When I say the outer edge of the outside foot is going to energetically press down, that's because the quad is going to lift. Another thing I wanted to share, because this is very, very important when it comes to our bone health as well. And I was recently on an online conference, and I really loved seeing this. Okay. So our bones are super important. They keep us up. And when it comes to getting older, the bones weaken. With this kind of movement, you strengthen the bones or activities of contracting the muscles. One of the things that stood out to me, and why, not why I'm teaching this, but it's just really important to learn the contraction of the thighs, is that force provided by muscular contraction can also provide enough stimulus to elicit bone adaptation, meaning how the bone adapts as we age. As muscles contract, they pull on the bones, and that tugging can create enough stimulus to increase the strength of bone, which I think is super, super important. So every time you contract, this gives you initiative, you're strengthening your bones, contracting your muscles. So here we go. So standing in mountain pose, I don't want you to think of the upper body. We're just going to think about the lower body, so you're not thinking about what's happening in the rest of the body, and you can focus the awareness on the thighs. So your quads, right? Here they are, loose, right? So standing up nice and tall, we're going to contract and lift those quads. You're going to feel the insteps lift and then release. Contract and release. Contract and release. What's beautiful about the muscles and the way that it senses around the bones, it's almost like the muscles are coiling around the bones of the leg. So contract and release, contract and release. So multiple benefits here. Not only are you strengthening the bone, you're also strengthening the muscle, and you're also strengthening the rest of the leg. Your arch is being supported. Your foot muscles are engaging and are strengthening your ankles and your feet. So super, super important to learn to contract and contract and contract. All right, let it go. Kick it out. If you get a Charlie horse, just kick it out. All right. All right, so let's come to the top of the mat again. Come into mountain. So we're contracting the thighs again. Lift those quads up. Pull navel in and up. Shoulders draw back and down, gazing forward, lengthening through the crown. Inhale, arms come up. Let's swan dive down. Pull the navel in. If you've noticed the thighs release, contract, pull the navel in and notice what muscles you sense. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthen for your half lift. Exhale, let's plant palms, step both feet back and drop the knees. Knees are about hip distance apart, shift the hips back. Sweep forward, tuck the elbows, come to an up dog, and then find your down dog, walk it out. Pull the navel in, heart towards the thighs, lift heels and walk forward. Meeting the hands, forward fold. Roll up, extend the arms up, and we come into chair pose. Arms parallel to the head. Shift the weight to the heels, pull the navel in and sit in your chair, lift the heart. So here we're lengthening the quads as opposed to contracting. Navel pulled in, we're doing a lot of upper body work here. 2 more breaths. Shift the weight to the heels, ground the toes, hands come to the heart and forward fold. Bend one knee and then the other. And then take a wide step to the width of the mat. Point the toes out, heels in. From here, pick up the gaze and bend your knees. The hips will shift down. So if there's a tough time coming all the way down, you can stay right here in a little squat or high, just depending on how it feels for you and the flexibility, the flexors and all of that. So find your comfortable position or bring the hips all the way down. Take the elbows into the inner legs, hands at the heart center, bring those shoulders back, navel's pulled in, and take your Malasana squat. Hands come back to the mat, forward fold, heel toe your feet back, and forward fold here. Walk the hands to the right side of the foot, and then walk back to center and pivot the other direction to the outside of the left foot. And then come back to center, heel toe your feet again, wide to the width of the mat, forward fold heel. Here, contract the thighs. Now walk your hands to the right side. You're still feeling the contraction of the thighs, and when they release, just remind them to contract again. It's a constant conversation with your quadriceps, your thigh muscles. Walk back to center. Walk all the way over to the left side. And then walk it back to center. Shift into one knee and then the other, just bending into one knee and then the other. And then heel toe the feet back to center, forward fold. Inhale, hands on the shins, lengthen for your half lift. Pull the navel in, tilt the tail. Root to rise this time, come all the way up. Parallel the arms to the head and sit in your chair. Shift the weight to the heels, ground the toes. Heart up, pull the navel in, sit a little lower, hands to the heart. Forward fold. Hands on the shins, and then plant the palms. Right foot steps back. Lower that knee. Inhale the arms up and reach back. And then exhale, lower. Bracket that front foot. Bring that right foot back and switch. Left knee comes down. Inhale, arms come up. Reach back. And then bracket that foot and bring that foot back, forward fold. Plant the palms, step it back with both feet, drop the knees and shift back. Shift forward and walk your forearms forward. Bring your body down to the mat. Uncurl the toes, separate the feet. So this is where you will feel that thigh contraction too. So elbows are underneath the shoulders. We're going into Sphinx pose. When you press all 10 toes down, your quadriceps contract. So that's the first thing that's happening, same in Cobra. So just a press of the toes lifts the quads up. And that's what you want to feel when you're coming into either baby cobra or Sphinx pose like we are here. So press 10 toes in on the breath. Press that pubis bone into the mat and slide the heart forward, shoulders back. There is your Sphinx pose. Breathing normally. And then gently lower, hands underneath the shoulders, gently lifting yourself back up. Shift the hips back, and then come to walk the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, come tabletop. Extend left foot, parallel the foot to the mat, coming into an abductor stretch. So right on the inside of the thigh. Shift the hips back towards the back of the mat. You're very welcome here to lower the body. Now remember, if this doesn't feel good, lift the knee and take the abductor stretch. So if the knee doesn't feel good here, you can modify and even shift back to keep that knee off of the mat. And then shift that leg back, extend the right, parallel the foot, and shift the hips back. You're welcome to come down. And then hands underneath the shoulders. Bring that leg back. Shift the hips back to the heels. And then shift the hips to one side and swing the legs around. Find the center of your mat. Okay, let's bring the knees into chest and gently come to our backs. Rock side to side. Tuck the chin, draw the shoulders down. Wrap your arms around your knees as much as it's comfortable and drop the shoulders down, squeeze in. Reach for the elbows or forearms. And then lifting the head, take the forehead towards the knees. Lower the head. So you could totally skip this if this isn't feeling good for your neck and shoulders, or you can bring the forehead to the knee again. Release. Take a full body stretch. Arms over the head, lengthening the legs. Take that right knee to chest. Lengthen through that left leg, flex both feet. And switch, reach for that left knee to chest. Lengthen through that right leg, flexing both feet. Take a full body stretch, releasing that left leg and arms by your side. Take the legs up to the sky. Twirl the ankles. And coming back to that elevated emotion of gratitude. All right. happy baby. You can reach for the outsides of the legs, bend the knees, or reach for the outsides of the feet, or peace finger your toes, hook onto them, and then drop the shoulders down. Knees go to the outer body and rock side to side. And bring the knees back together, feet up, back in the air. Release the hands and cycle the legs all the way down. Or just float the legs back down and lengthen the legs. Arms over the head. Bring the arms into cactus position and butterfly the legs. Soles of the feet together. Opening up the front side body. And release, full body stretch. Right knee to chest. Lengthen, flex both feet. Let that left hand reach for the foot so you can take that knee to the outside body. Cradle the ankle and a little cradling of the leg. And then bend that left knee and rest the right ankle on top of that left thigh. Okay, so we're going into supine pigeon. Weave the hands through the legs. Lift that left leg, interlace the fingers underneath that left thigh, flex both feet and gently pull. Tuck the chin, drop the shoulders down. So this feels like a passive position for your thighs, but there is something happening with the flexion of the feet. Gently pull and then lower, release the hands, lower that left foot down to the mat, take the arms into a T position and take the knees to the right side. Take the gaze to the left side. Two more breaths. And if this doesn't feel good, you can always release the legs and just take the knees over. And then slowly come back to center, release the legs, and take a full body stretch. Arms over the head, reach for that left knee to chest. Take the knee to the left shoulder, cradle the foot, give it a little rock. Bend the right knee, take that ankle to the top of that right thigh. Weave the hands, so lift that right leg up so that you can weave the hands underneath that right thigh. Flex both feet and gently pull towards you. Drop the shoulders, a little tuck of the chin. You can do this against the wall as well by placing the foot against the wall for support. Or you can take the leg up and rock. Do what feels good to you. Lower the right foot. As you lower, release the hands. Take the arms to a T position and bring the knees to the left side body. Take the gaze to the right side. Two more breaths. And then slowly come back to center, release the legs, squeeze in both knees to chest, rock side to side. Hands on the knees, circles. And then take the soles of the feet back down, arms anywhere that's comfortable for you, windshield wiper, side to side. Come back to center, take the feet wide and let the knees fall in. And bring your hands to the heart. You can also bring one hand to the abdomen and one on the heart. And then gently releasing, windshield wiper side to side if you'd like. And then heel toe the feet back, hip distance apart. Walk the heels towards the buttocks, arms by your side. Going into bridge pose. Inhale, lift the hips up, take the chest towards the chin. Reach those knees forward. And here we are in bridge pose. Do not turn your head. And lower all the way down. Inhale, reach those hips up, arms over the head, and lower. 2 more. Inhale, reach up, hips up, arms up, and then lower. So it's not how high you go. It's just about the movement. You can be low and take the arms up. Anywhere that feels good to you. Lower everything back down. Bring the knees to the chest. Rock side to side. Circles again with the knees. And then walk the feet back down. Any last movements you would like to make, you're very welcome to do to add to your practice. And then arms can be anywhere that's comfortable for you. You can bring them by your sides, let the toes fall open. And here we go again, dropping into that heart space, feeling those elevated emotions of gratitude. Thanking yourself for showing up for yourself and giving yourself this time. You have raised your frequency. You have alleviated stress and melted it away. You have recalibrated your nervous system. All of this is within your power. And let yourself receive and feel the energy that you've generated. Feeling stronger in mind, body, and spirit. Strengthened your immune system so you can finish the week strong physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Shavasana is our final resting position. Feel your body heavy, your eyes closed, and letting the eyes sink into the sockets, releasing the jaw, letting the back of the tongue feel heavy. Feeling so much gratitude, thanking yourself, thanking your body, thanking your mind. Thanking your soul for being here with you every step of the way. You can stay here as long as you would like, or you can slowly begin to move the body a little bit, maybe
moving the knees side to side, just like you're waking up. You can lengthen the body, reaching over the head. You can bring knees into chest, rocking side to side. And you can hang out here for a little bit if you'd like to. Drop the shoulders down. Pull the navel in. Squeeze in. And just using your natural breath. And when you're ready, rolling over to your right side, cradling your head. Taking a deep sigh. And then gently pressing back up to seated position. Or of course, stay in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. Meet me with the hands at the heart center. I want to thank you all for showing up for yourselves today. In deep gratitude from my heart to yours, let's bring our prayer hands to our third eye to thank each other and always think in kindness, love, and gratitude. To our lips to speak kindly and with love and gratitude and compassion, and to our hearts to remind us to live in full intention through love, joy, gratitude, inner wisdom, courage, and lots of grace. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. See you next week.